Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Welcome to our Capricorn Elixir Rite for 2022. I'm Scott Stenwick, your host for these Elixir Rites and our Ritual Night events, presented under the auspices of Leaping Laughter OTO in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In addition to the link to the script in the description, which you can click on to follow along with the ritual, I also have included the donation link for Leaping Laughter Lodge. All donations go to support Leaping Laughter OTO here in Minnesota. Remember to like, subscribe, request notifications on our YouTube channel here, so you'll always know when we post a new video or when we go live on our channel. So tonight, the elixir ritual that we're doing is for the sign Capricorn. And just a quick note before we get going, and maybe you want to do this while I'm talking, or you can pause the video or whatever you'd like. You will want to have a cup of water, wine, juice, something to drink to participate in this ritual. So for most of the ritual, you're going to be holding your cup with whatever you have to drink in it, and just focusing on the energy with the cup, and then there'll come a point where we will drink from the cup, or you'll formulate your intention and then drink, and that will seal in that intention. And as always, at these elixir rites, remember not to completely empty the cup, because we're going to leave some behind as an offering to the angel. So, the sign Capricorn in Liber 777 is attributed to the witch's Sabbath so-called and the evil eye. Obviously, this is not the full extent of powers for Capricorn. Remember that powers are descriptive, not proscriptive, and just about any kind of intent that would fall under an area where, if you'd open an astrology book and looking at qualities for Capricorn, just about anything like that will work as an intent for this ritual. So that's important to keep in mind. But in terms of the listed powers, so the evil eye is a sort of cursing that was supposed to be cast by line of sight. This was like a big deal in the ancient world. People would be worried about the evil eye and so forth. And in fact, this fig gesture, we use this in the Gnostic Mass, I sometimes use as a wand mudra, is actually a gesture that originally in Roman times was said to ward off the evil eye. Now, Capricorn rules the evil eye, so it's important to remember this. Just because a power is negative or involves cursing, that doesn't mean that it can't have a positive application as well. So since Capricorn rules over the evil eye as a sphere of influence, Capricorn can also be called upon to protect you from that sort of cursing. And so if you had a combination of like a Mars talisman, a Capricorn talisman, and a Saturn talisman, that would pretty much cover all your bases as far as cursing goes with the powers listed in 777, and those could protect you from all three of those. And also the evil eye is kind of an interesting kind of in-between case. It partakes some of Saturn and some of Mars in the sign Capricorn, so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, but Mars is also exalted in Capricorn. So those two planets together are both somewhat related to the evil eye. Now, as far as the witch's Sabbath so-called, this is a fake magical operation. It was invented by witch hunters and outlined in books like the Malleus Maleficarum. So what it was supposed to be is witches would go out into the woods and they'd take off all their clothes and dance around, and they would have sex with the devil to gain their magical powers. This very, very likely never happened. It's like I have never heard of a spirit physically manifesting like that or whatever. And most of this was made, and people confess to this, but under torture and all this kind of stuff. So, and Crowley adds the so-called into the power to really point out that this isn't a real magical operation. However, it is adjacent to some other kinds of operations. For example, working with Kundalini energy, various kinds of sex magic. If you read Liber Ash, you will find a description there of a sex magic operation that's actually pretty similar to like the spar sigil kind of operation. And so these things also fall under the domain of Capricorn. So also kinds of energy work. The weapon associated with Capricorn is the secret force, so like the chi or the Kundalini. So these are also areas where the Capricorn Elixir can work well with those kinds of intents. So, hopefully you've got your cup, or if you don't, pause the video here, get your cup, fill it up, come back, and keep watching. And I'm going to go ahead and start the ritual here. So thank you very much for watching and virtually being present for our Capricorn Elixir Rite. Blastion Peda. Atamakut. Vegebra Vegedula. Leolamamen. Yahweh. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. On my right hand, Michael. On my left hand, Oriel. For about me flames the pentagram, and in the column stands the six-rayed star. Atamakut. Vegra Vegedula. Leolamamen. We take refuge in Nuit, the blue-lidded daughter of sunset, the naked brilliance of the voluptuous night sky, as we issue the call to the awakened nature of all beings, for every man and every woman is a star. Makashana. We take refuge in Hadit, the secret flame that burns in every heart of man and in the core of every star, as we issue the call to our own awakened natures, arousing the coiled serpent about to spring. Amrahadabra. We take refuge in Heru Raha, who wields the wand of double power, the wand of the force of Kofnia, but whose left hand is empty, for he's crushed the universe and naught remains. So we unite our awakened natures with those of all beings everywhere and every when, dissolving all obstacles and healing all suffering. For pure will, unassuaged purpose, delivered from the lust of result, is every way perfect. All is pure and present and has always been so, for existence is pure joy. All the sorrows are but as shadows, they pass and are done, but there is that which remains. To this realization we commit ourselves, pure and total presence. So mote it be. Iron Eye, Yadresh Nunyan. Isis, nature, the fullness of earth. Horus, volition, the triumph of Sol. Set, guardian, lord of the threshold. Tahuti, perfection, uniting them all. Isis, Horus, Set, Tahuti, Abrahadabra. Isis in fullness. Horus, triumphant. Set, the liminal. Tahuti, Nater, Neteru. Isis, Horus, Set, Tahuti, Makashana. The linking of earth with the stars. Ararita. 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 Ararita, Ararita, Ararita. Irna, Yadrashunyan. Isis, nature, the fullness of earth. Horus, volition, the triumph of Sol. Set, guardian, lord of the threshold. Tahuti, perfection, uniting them all. Isis, Horus, Set, Tahuti, Abrahadabra. Isis in fullness. Horus, triumphant. Set, the liminal. Tahuti, Nater, Neteru. Isis, Horus, Set, Tahuti, Makashna, the linking of earth with the stars. Now I begin to pray, thou child, holy thy name and undefiled. Thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good, that thy one crown of all the 10 even now, and here be mine. Amen. In my breast I carry the mark of the living God. I adore thee, thou light of the world. I adore thee, thou light of the grail. I ask nothing from thee, for I am become thee. I and thee are one in the perfection of the mystery of life. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like crystal, and in the center and around the throne 4 living creatures full of eyes in front and behind. Without stopping day or night, they were saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was, who is, and who is coming. Holy art thou who art universe. Holy art thou who art in nature formed. Holy art thou, the vast and the mighty, source of darkness, source of light. Lord Almighty and all-powerful, hear our prayers. Command thy holy angels above the fixed stars to be assisting and aiding of thy people, that we may command all spirits of the air, fire, water, earth, heaven, and hell, so that they may tend to the glory of God and man. Ararita, hey hell. Ararita, hey hell. O thou steel-girdered mountain of mountains, thou crested summit of majesty, yea, as I climb thy grandeur, I find I have but surmounted one mote of dust floating in a beam of thy glory. O my God, thou mighty one, thou creator of all things, I renounce unto thee the goatish ache of the years and the cryptic books and all the majesty of their enshrouded words, so that I may be entangled in thy wordless wisdom, and be consumed in the unutterable joy of thine everlasting rapture. O thou ruin of the mountains, glistening as an old white wolf above the fleecy mists of earth, I swear to thee by the galaxies of thy domain, to press thy lamb's breast with the teeth of my soul, and drink of the milk and blood of thy subtlety and innocence. O thou sovereign paladin of self-vanquished nights, whose path lieth through the trackless forests of time, winding through the abyss of unbegotten space, I know thee. O thou despiser of the mountains, thou whose course is as that of a lightning-hoofed steed, leaping along the green bank of a fair river. O glory be to thee, O God, my God, for I behold thee in the precious stones of the black earth. Thou hast lightened her with the myriad eyes of magic, so that she may wink forth the glory of thy name. O thou mighty God, make me as a flint-black goat that pranceth in a shining wilderness of steel. I beseech thee, O thou great God, that I may paw one flashing spark from thy splendor, and be wedded into the glory of thy might, O thou God, my God. O thou wine-voiced laughter of fainting gloom, who art as a naked fawn crushed to death between millstones of thunder, make me drunk on the rapture of thy song, so that in the corpse clutch of my passion I may tear the cloud robe from off thy swooning breast. O thou God of the nothingness of all things, thou who art neither the panpipe in the forest, nor life's blue sword wrapped in the cloak of death, O thou who art not found amongst the echoes of the hills, nor in the whisperings that wake within the valleys, I deny thee by the powers of mine understanding. Ground me in the unity of thy might, and flash me as a scarlet tongue into thine all-pervading nothingness. For thou art all and none of these in the fullness of thy not being. Ah, but I rejoice in thee, O thou, my God, thou zigzagged effulgence of the burning stars, thou wilderment of indigo light, thou grey horn of immaculate fire. Yea, I rejoice in thee, thou embattled cloud of flashing flame, O thou capricious serpent head of scarlet hair. I rejoice, yea, I shout with gladness, till my roaring filleth the wooded mountains, and like a giant forceth the wind's head through the struggling trees in the glory and splendor of thy name. O my God, behold me fully and be merciful unto me, as I humble myself before thee, for all my searching as is a bat that seeks some hollow of night upon a sun-parched wilderness. O woe unto me, my God, woe unto me, for all my faith is as a filthy puddle in the sinister confines of a forest, splashed by the wanton foot of a young gnome. Yet, like a wildfire through the trees at nightfall, do I divine the distant glimmer of thine eye. Oh, what art thou, O God, my God, thou disrober of the darkness of the abyss? O thou veiled eye of creation, thou soundless voice who, forever misunderstood, rollest on through the dark abysms of infinity. Oh, how can I learn to sing the music of thy name as a quivering silence above the thundering discord of the tempest? O thou unity of all things, as the sun that rolleth through the 12 mansions of the skies, so art thou, O God, my God. I cannot slay thee, for thou art everywhere. Lo, though I lick up the boundless light, the boundless and the not, there still shall I find thee, thou unity of unities, thou oneness, O thou perfect nothingness of bliss. O glorious and mighty Hanael, you command and rule over the spirits of Gedi. Behold me, and in the name of the same your God, the rushing and earthly Heha, attend and appear before us in the circle of art. Full powers and wonders of the sign of Capricorn do we rightly desire. Enlighten our understanding, encourage our hearts, and manifest unto us now as we partake of your spiritual realm. So mote it be. Hanel, 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 Hanel. You are holy, and your name is holy. You are exalted, and your name is exalted. You are mighty, and your name is mighty. You are strong, and your name is strong. You are honored, and your name is honored. You are true, and your name is true. You are ancient, and your name is ancient. You are blessed, and your name is blessed. You are chosen, and your name is chosen. You are great, and your name is great. You are praised, and your name is praised. You are power, and your name is power. Gloria Patri et Matri et Filius et Filia et Spiritus Sancto externo et Spiritus Sancto interno. Uderat esteridet seculo seculorum sex in uno per nomen septum in uno. Arorita. O rushing and earthly, hey ha! To thee we present this talisman of our magical will. We ask thee, O exalted one, to receive this body of our rite into the light of thy presence. As we proceed in making this elixir of Capricorn, charging it with the creative energies of Gedi, we shall achieve a true alchemical ferment, mighty in Yetzirah and vitalized by thy blessing. In partaking of this mystery, let there be unto us vitality of mind, increase of sight, true gnosis, and complete manifestation of the wonders of thy sphere. Creature of wine, heard established in the sphere of Capricorn, by my vital force I enlighten thee to perfect this work of holy magic in the realm of Gedi. Hey ha. Hey ha. Hey ha. Behold the elixir of Capricorn. For all and for each it is prepared. Let each and all receive its magic virtue. Now, this is the point where you're going to formulate your intent. And it can be anything related to Capricorn, anything related to the powers I mentioned previously. And you're going to want to hold that intent in your mind. And then you are going to want to drink from your cup. Remember not to completely empty the cup, because once we're done with this section, we will be leaving some as an offering for Hanael, the angel of Capricorn. Glorious and mighty Hanael, we make this offering unto you that may nourish and fortify you as you attend to your appointed tasks. Be the ferment of our spiritual alchemy mighty in the crucible of our souls. So mote it be. O thou, Hanael, praise and honor be unto thee for the splendor of thine office and the majesty of thy being, and the blessing of thy God and mine, the rushing and earthly. Hey-ha. Because thou hast diligently answered unto our demands, hast been very ready and willing to come at our call, we do here license thee to depart unto thy proper place by the name Hey-ha, without causing harm or danger unto man or beast. Depart, then, I say, be thou very ready to come at our call, being duly exercised and conjured by these sacred rites of magic. We charge thee to withdraw peaceably and quietly, that the peace of the Almighty, eternal, true, and living God be ever continued between us. Amen. So mote it be. May life, light, love, and liberty be extended universally to all under the regency of the one law of Thelema. May all attain the stone of the wise, the summum bonum, true wisdom, and perfect happiness. May the benefit of this act and all acts be dedicated unto the complete liberation and supreme enlightenment of all beings everywhere, pervading space and time, so mote it be. May the benefits of practice, ours and others, come to fruition ultimately and immediately, and we remain in a state of presence. Atamalkut Vegravela Amen. I now declare this temple duly closed. Alright, so that's the ritual. And as with the previous elixirs, you can do a number of different things with the remainder of the cup that is your offering to the angel. You can, if you want, find a place outdoors to pour it out. And just keep in mind this is an offering to Hanael, the angel of Capricorn. What I generally do is I set it up in my temple and I allow it to evaporate. So I'm going to take this Capricorn tablet here, which has been under here the whole time. Oh, I have to really get dark. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to set it over here. And I'm just going to set the cup there in its usual spot. So then the offering is allowed to evaporate, and then the angel can partake of it that way. So that is going to wrap up our ritual presentation for tonight. Again, like, request notifications, subscribe, so you always know when we go live or post a video here on the Leaping Laughter YouTube channel. And included with the video is the donation link. No donation is too small. And all donations go to support the operations of Leaping Laughter OTO here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So with that, thank you all very much for watching, and have a great rest of the evening. Love is the law, love under will.